Good day everyone, I'm Regine Epis, a third-year BSIT student major in Information Security at University of Southeastern Philippines, where we build dreams without limits. Welcome to our tutorial video compilation for system administration. In this session, we will walk through the installation and setting up of a network operating system. But first, what is a NOS? A NOS is a specialized software designed to manage network resources efficiently, and it enables servers to handle user management, file sharing, security controls, and communication protocols, all essential in building a stable IT infrastructure. For this hands-on activity, we'll be setting up a server that provides one core services, which is the Before we install our network operating system, we need a VirtualBox, a virtualization tool that allows us to run an operating system inside on our existing system efficiently. First, to download the VirtualBox, open your browser and type virtualbox.org. On the homepage, locate and click the download button. Once on the download page, you'll see multiple package options based on your operating system. Since I am using Windows, I'll download the Windows host version. If you're using Mac OS or Linux, select the appropriate version for your system. But be careful when selecting the package as the version displayed is 7.1.0. If you want a different version, scroll down and click VirtualBox Previous Releases to see all their versions. In my case, I want to download the 7.1.6, so I scroll down and select that version. When you click on Windows Host, your browser will prompt you to choose a directory for saving the file. Pick a location where you can easily find the link. But since I've already downloaded it earlier, I won't download it again in this tutorial. But make sure to save it in an easily accessible folder. After downloading VirtualBox, you also need to download VirtualBox Guest Editions. Just scroll down slightly on the same page and you'll find the download link. This package is essential as it enhances the performance of our virtual machine. It enables full screen solution, improves graphics, and prevents glitches when interacting with the virtual system. Guest Editions provide features like seamless mode, board sharing, and drag and drop functionality. So we'll download Guest Editions just like we did in VirtualBox. Since we selected VirtualBox 7.1.0, we will download the same version of Guest Editions. Avoid beta versions as they may be unstable. Click on the corresponding link, scroll down, find VirtualBox Guest Edition 7.1.0 and download it. Again, I already downloaded this earlier, so I want to download it. Make sure you save it in a file folder where you can easily access. Next, we need to download the ISO image of operating system we will use in our virtual machine. In this case, we're using Linux Mint. Just visit the official Linux Mint website and click the download button, which is available on the homepage. You can also read through the installation guide available on the website. Linux Mint offers 3 editions: Cinnamon, XFCE, and Mint. For this project, we will use Linux Mint Cinnamon since it is the most popular and provides a modern, user-friendly interface. While Linux Mint Cinnamon is primarily a desktop OS, it is not specifically designed as a network operating system. type Linux and version Ubuntu. VirtualBox will automatically detect the correct settings once you type Linux Mint and click Next to continue. Resources for the memory RAM, set it to 4 GB or 4096 MB for better performance. And for the processor, allocate 4 CPU cores for smoother operation. And for the virtual hard disk, create a new virtual hard disk where Linux Mint will be installed. Click Next and then Finish. So for the configuration of the virtual machine settings, before starting the virtual machine, we need to adjust some settings. You go to General, click Advanced, Set, Share Clipboard, and drag and drop to bidirectional. To System, Processor, ensure 4 CPU cores are allocated, and next go to Display, Video Memory, set to maximum for better graphics performance, and last for the storage, and click Controller. Click the empty disk image placeholder, select the Linux Mint ISO file you downloaded earlier, and click Open to mount it. Once done, click OK to save the settings. So, we will now proceed to the installation of the Linux Mint on VirtualBox. Select your virtual machine and click Start, and the VirtualBox notification center may appear, but you can close it. Click Capture and use the arrow keys to navigate. Select Start Linux Mint and press Enter. And now, the launching the Linux Mint installer. Once the Linux Mint desktop loads, double-click Install Linux Mint and the installation wizard will open it. So, the installation steps, once it is already open, select the language, choose your preferred language and click Continue. And for the keyboard layout, leave it as default and click Continue. And for the multimedia codecs, check the box to install multimedia codecs, so it is optional, and click Continue. And installation type, choose Erase Disk and install Linux Mint. And so this is only affects the virtual machine, not your actual system. After that, you can click Install Now, then Continue when prompted. Next, setting up location and user information. Select the time zone, choose your location. So in my side, I am at Manila and click Continue. First is the setting administrator information. After installation, you will be asked to set up user details, your name, set your personal name, administrator name, or your company's name. But for this tutorial, I'll use XYZ company's name. Next is the computer's name. You can name it the same as your organization or just leave it as default. In my case, I will set it to XYZ company. Here is the username. This will be used to log in, and I'll set it to administrator. Fourth, password. Choose a strong password for security, and for this tutorial, I'll use admin123. And fifth is the login options. You can choose to log in automatically, so you don't need to enter a password every time. However, this is not advisable for security reasons because unauthorized users could access your system. Instead, I'll select Require My Password to log in. And lastly, encrypt my home folder. This is optional, but if you enable this, your files will be encrypted for extra security. However, I'll leave this unchecked for now. And for recap, name is administrator, computer name XYZ company, username administrator, and password admin123. Login option, require password to log in, and encryption disabled. After setting everything up, click Continue to proceed. And now, Linux Mint will install the necessary files. This process will take a few minutes, so just wait for it to finish. Once the installation is done, you'll see this message. The installation is finished. You can continue testing Linux Mint now, but until you restart the computer, the changes you made will not be preserved. Click Restart now to finalize the installation. After restarting, system hasn't automatically removed it, select it and click remove. And most of the time, VirtualBox will automatically eject the ISO file, so all you need to do is press enter and continue. Now, the system will boot and you will see the computer's name, which is XYZ company, and the username, which is administrator. Enter your password and you're now successfully logged in. Once logged in, a welcome to Linux Mint dialog box will appear. This window provides documentation which can learn more about Linux Mint and first steps guide on setting up your system, help and support, links, community, forums, and resources, and contribute ways to support Linux Mint development. For now, let's close this window and continue setting up the system. Before we set up the mail server, we need to install VirtualBox guest editions to improve the performance of our virtual machine. So, while we install guest editions, it allows resizing the VM window freely without distortion, improve graphics and system performance. It enables seamless mouse and keyboard integration. And now, how to install VirtualBox guest editions? At the top of the menu bar, click Devices and select Insert Guest Editions CD image, and a prompt will appear. This medium contains software intended to be automatically started. Would you like to run it? And click Run. Enter administrator password and press enter. Wait for the installation to complete. And once installation is done, close the virtual machine, go to VirtualBox Manager, find Settings, and find Storage. Click Remove Attachment for the guest edition ISO, then click OK. Now, after restarting the VM, you can now resize the window freely without quality loss, enjoy smoother performance with better graphic support, and without guest editions, the screen might not adjust properly to the window size, making the experience less smooth. Now that we have it installed, everything should work seamlessly. So now, we'll proceed to user management in Linux Mint by user account creation and common tasks. So, user management in Linux Mint is an essential part of system administration, ensuring that users have the necessary access while maintaining security. This tutorial covers two main parts. First is the user account creation, which is setting up user accounts for different roles in our organization. And second is the common user management task, which is managing existing user accounts efficiently. So, we'll talk about the context in business scenario. To demonstrate user management effectively, let's consider a business company with two departments. First is the marketing department, which had a manager and two team members. Second is sales department, which has also a manager and one assistant. And now, user creation in Linux Mint. To create user account for these employees, we must follow this step. First step is open the terminal, and there are two ways to manage users. Using the terminal or the command line interface, preferred for advanced user, or second, using GUI or graphical user interface. This is for users who prefer a visual approach. But for this tutorial, we'll use the terminal. Switch to root SSH, we'll type command sudo -1. Enter the administrator password when prompted. Step 3. Create user accounts. To create the user, use the user add command. By typing user add -m-s -bin -bash and the user account name. -m creates a home directory for the user. -s -m creates a home directory for the user. And -s -bin -bash assigns the bash shell as the default interface. Repeat the step for the other users. Step 4. Set the user passwords. Each account needs a password. Use the passwd command. Enter a password. Repeat for other users. And will now proceed to the add user information. Adding details like full names and roles helps identify users in the system. Use the user mode command by typing user mode -c Joshua sample marketing team member and Joshua, and do it again for the other users too. Next, verify user creation. To check if the user exists, use cat-etc-passwd or password and grab Joshua. This will display user information. Next, we will access the user accounts via SSH. SSH or secure shell allows remote login and management. By default, SSH is not enabled in Linux Mint, so we need to install it. So, step 1, check if SSH is installed. Run systemcity1 status SSH. If SSH is not found, install it. Step 2, install and enable SSH. We must type the command sudo apt update or sudo apt install open SSH -server -y sudo system st1 start SSH and sudo system st1 enable SSH. After installation, check again and use this command systemcity1 status SSH. If active, SSH is running. Step 3, find the system IP address. To connect via SSH, get the IP address. Type the command IP address and look for the inet value under the active network interface. Step 4, user accounts via SSH. To log in as the user, use SSH username and IP address. When prompted, enter the password of the user account. Repeat for other users too. Step 5. Handling home directory issues. If an error appears, could not change directory to home Joshua, no such file or directory, it means the home directory wasn't created properly. To fix this, manually create it by typing the command mkdir home and the username John Joshua, Joshua home, Joshua. Repeat for other users too. So for the next tutorial, we will talk about common user management. We will be presented by my other groupmate. So that's all by my side, and thank you.